It's the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday to everybody. It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Also, on the sound of my voice on the podcast side, make sure you also subscribe, follow the channel, and give us that, there I go again, that 5-star review as I hold up my 5 fingers. Give us that 5-star review. Hey, it's the Sports Chasers Podcast, fourth and short segment, week 7 of the NFL. A lot of things to get into. And yes, I am riding solo for now, looks like. So I will be breaking down some of the stuff from some of the things in the games, on week 7 of the NFL, man. So like I said, we will be getting into it, diving into it. And let me go on. I got the DA. The DA is here with us. DA, are you with us? There you go.
Yo.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right. DA, what's up, brother? How are you, sir? How's it going? Happy Monday to you, my friend.
Same to you. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. We're live and about to get into these games this week, man. On the baseball tip, Arizona's fighting back, man. Arizona.
Oh, yeah. 5-1.
5-1, bro. 5-1. Looks like a game 7 tomorrow night, unless Philadelphia can make it happen, man.
I think they're in the 7th now, right? So
yeah, they're in the 7th inning. They're in the 7th inning, man.
That'd be a hell of a stretch.
Yeah, sure enough. Let's get right into it. The first game we want to talk about, the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. New England wins that game 29-25. Coach Bill Belichick gets his 300th victory. I talked to DA throughout the day about the Bills being on fraud alert, and
that's where they're going to stay.
Let me give you the number before I give it to you, bro. By the numbers here, the Pats, they played good enough to win. Passing, they was 268, 96 yards rushing, 364 yards and total yards. Matt Jones was a serviceable 25. Now I want to say serviceable. He played very well. 25-30, 2 TDs. He threw for 272 yards. Hey, I guess they put him in a good position. The Bills, Josh Allen, again, 27-41. That's way too many attempts to be throwing 2 TDs, 1 interception. Cook, he didn't have anything yesterday. Allen had a ran for a touchdown, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Don't have much else to say. This is real.
Diggs had a touchdown. Go ahead, D.
Real quick, man. When are we going to start to say that maybe the dude he was his first year in the league is the dude that he really is, as opposed to the guy he was the other year or two? It's only 1 or 2 years because he didn't get to the Super Bowl either of those years, right? So if we're going to do the Joe Burrow, this comparison thing, Mahomes thing, why are we not saying, well, is he really the dude that he is the first year? Inconsistent, throwing the ball too much, throwing it to the other team, which he hasn't stopped doing because he continues to still throw interceptions. But my point is that, for a lot of guys, they get, logged into, oh, well, he's this or he's doing that, or nah, man, No. What I'm saying is maybe he was the guy he was in 4 years of college in his first years in the NFL. Maybe that's who he is, because that's who he's been the rest of this year. But no one ever says that. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's in a good position. I don't think the coaches are that good. Leslie Frazier not being there as D coordinator definitely is not helping them. So he's throwing the ball 41 times. Why? It's the Patriots. They don't really even have an offense. So if you stop them and you can, keep them to 14, 20-something points, you should be able to win that game easy. Now, they are a professional team, and that's no disrespect to the Patriots, but I'm just saying, based upon what we're saying, I'm not sure why this is an issue for you.
Cook, the running back for the Bills, They only ran with him 13 attempts, 56 yards.
Well, that's on
Allen had 7 attempts, and Murray had 4.
They've been this way forever. So if I was running back, I wouldn't go there, especially if I had an incentive-laden contract. Hell no. Why? For you to give me the ball 5 times and me not make no money? No.
But I thought you said it's not about the money. It's about winning, DA.
No, it's always about the money. It's about the money and winning. But it's always about the money. Don't ever get it twisted. That game is too hard. It takes too much of a toll on your body.
100%.
To get your ass kicked all practice 3-4 days during the week and then get there Sunday and get.
But they don't practice today, DA, in today's game.
No. They practice enough for you to hand the ball off to them. They practice enough. You know what hole to run through. You're a professional. Give them the ball. And if you don't have an offensive line that's good enough to do that, then you got some other things that you have to do as a team. But the reality is that, it's not the running back's fault. This is a system scheme thing, and it's been the same scheme. You're putting the quarterback in a bad place. You just built a stadium. You funded a stadium that's going to be outside. Yeah, I don't see anything good for the Bills. I just don't. And I don't have anything against that team. But if you don't change the way you do things, it doesn't matter whether you're playing inside or outside, right? If you're going to throw the ball 41 times a game, right? It's not going to matter. So you look to the Patriots. The Patriots are not a good team right now.
Not right now.
No, not right now.
Not right now. Belichick trails only. He gained his 300 victory. Belichick trails only Pro Football Hall of Famers Don Shula at 328 and George Halas
Papa Bear
at 318. Papa Bear. Including playoff victories, Belichick has 331 victories, trailing Shula 347 and ahead of Halas 324. So shout out to all those that's watching in YouTube. Shout out to my main man Mike Bristol. Chiming in. He always chiming in. He says, "Good evening, guys. My Niners was on tonight, so you and DA, y'all Niners. DA, what you got? This it's
going to be Trent's not playing, Debo's not playing, but if we hold the ball and him, McCaffrey and Mitchell, they do what they need to do, get the ball to Kittles and Ayuk, they should be okay. Can't hold it long. Don't have a left tackle, so let's not be cute. Let's just win the game.
So last week, if I like to talk about the scheme and the other things. Kittles pretty much had to stay in the backfield and chip. Who?
He's a bad man now. That dude has been a bad man since Texas A&M.
Yes,
he is the truth. He reminds me a lot of Mario Williams when he first came in, just a freak. Physically could do it all, and he plays up to it. So he's a bad boy. I don't.
We'll talk about Myles Garrett here in the next game, man. But I was alluding to the fact that your tight end last week, he pretty much had to stay in the backfield to at least try to slow him down, which is
and it worked sometimes, and sometimes it didn't. They got a good defense. They got the number one defense in the NFL. Period. So that's kind of what that is. So they have the most folks, because they're not a winning team, they seem to forget that you could have a number one defense and not be the number one team in the league. So they that's all that is. They had they got the number one defense in the league. So especially running defense. Hands down, their D tackles are monsters, so they're going to be just fine. So they just have to figure out what to do offensively. But we'll see.
Right. Gotcha. Good evening, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie, for chiming in. Thank you.
Hello, Debbie.
We'll go on to the next game. The aforementioned Cleveland Browns visited Indianapolis to face the Colts. The Colts had on those ugly, I don't know what kind of uniforms those are. I guess those are
Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of vibe I got when I saw that. And I said, please don't ever do that again. The Colts usually wear that milky white. And I get it. Well, I don't get it, but whatever, man. All these
selling jerseys.
Selling jerseys, man. Call me the old guy. Whatever. Kareem Hunt and Myles Garrett flexed their, according to the AP, their muscles. PJ Walker relied on true grit in place to Deshaun Watson and Dustin Hopkins' strong left kept the Cleveland Browns kicking on all cylinders. The Browns won this game 39-38. There was a couple of controversial calls in this game.
Yeah,
To me, the refereeing this weekend was not on par. Was not, not on par. I would say not good.
Yeah.
Not good to say the least, man. So I don't know what's
Colts.
up.
They'll get there. They're the Andrew Luck thing, man. It's still coming back on them. I think they took too many years with the. And I got nothing against old man Rivers, but they never really tried to solidify the quarterback thing. I think they got a decent coach. I just think I don't know what he was doing with Richardson at the beginning of the year. Too much running, had him running the ball too much, too many design runs. I think Minshew is a good quarterback, but if that's the way you're going to go, I think you would have built the team a little differently from the beginning of the year, and you're just getting back your stud running back. But though your other running back did pretty well, Cleveland's not they're not a bad team.
No,
I don't think they'll win their division. I think there are two teams that are clearly better than them in their division, and that's not Cincinnati. That's the Ravens and the Steelers are clearly better teams right now. I think Cincinnati probably can they may be. It depends on what happens with them. Deshaun is hurt, so I just think you just gotta you're paying them cash money, man. So you may as well just be safe with it and not put them out there and get them hurt. So a lot of guaranteed pay, but you got an all-star defense. You got a good running back, good tight end, good wide receiver. You need a quicker wide receiver on the other side, but Cleveland is not a bad team at all. So, I think the Colts have a few years to pull together. I don't think they're necessarily sure as to what they're trying to do, because a few years ago they were supposed to have the best offensive line, the best this and the best that, and then my man retired in the middle of it all, and things kind of got shook up after that happened. So
that totally blindsided them. The Browns got the win yesterday, 39-38. Like I said, without controversy, there's a couple controversial calls. Nonetheless, they won the game. Like we preluded for earlier with Myles Garrett. Man, oh man, he was all over the place. He was blocking extra points, blocking field goal kicks.
He can play, man.
He's as you said, man, he is a monster, freak, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he was on it yesterday. Go ahead, DA.
Well, it takes a little bit of help on that line with you, man. It makes it not saying, football's a team sport, man. And it's the years of having just a Reggie White, just being that dude. You usually need two or three. And I remember when Reggie was with that young Eagle squad, it was hell to pay because it was, him, Golick, Clyde, Jerome Brown. It was a bunch of dudes that was on that team, and it makes it just, easier for stars and studs when you have, help. So that's kind of what you see with Cleveland. Now they just have to get the other side of the ball. And that Stefanski's not a bad coach. I mean, there are no bad coaches in the NFL. They, it's just they have to pull together a plan that's going to work. So, we'll see what that is. It's yet to be seen.
I'll just read this. A couple of takeaways. Says Cleveland's defense entered the game ranked among the league's top 5 in most of major defensive categories, but they came into the game with just 4 takeaways, a number that they doubled Sunday, despite allowing a season worst 456 yards. Yes, that field goal kicked in, pretty much saved the game. Minshew was 15 of 23, 305 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Deshaun Watson was 1 of 5 first and got hurt. He had to do an interception, and PJ Walker came in 15 of 32, 178 yards, 1 TD. But Ford and Hunt, they ran the ball when it counted the most, and Cleveland's defense was very opportunistic. Got the ball.
Not good, just opportunistic. Yeah,
opportunistic, right? That's all you want.
Yes, sir.
That's all you want. Opportunistic, man. Let me move on to the next game. The Washington Commanders drove a couple miles up the turnpike to visit the New York Giants in East Rutherford at MetLife Stadium. The final score was 14-7. The Giants now improved to 2-5. The Washington Commanders dropped to 3-4. And this game was just weird, and it just ended weird. And the Giants finally broke out of their funk of scoring a touchdown in the first half or something crazy like that. Offensively, Washington, to me, as I watched that game, they never was in the game. Let me read this real quick. The way the New York Giants have played, according to the AP defense, the past weeks, their in-depth offense can take the rest of the season to figure out things out, and Coach Brian Dable's team will still have a chance for more victories. Tyrod Taylor threw 2 second quarter touchdown passes, and Dexter Lawrence led defensive 6 sacks and made a last-minute stand to help the Giants snap a 4-game skid with a 14-7 victory over the Commanders. Daniel Jones didn't play. It looks like, as a Giant fan, with Taylor, the Giants seems to have a little bit more rhythm. When Daniel Jones is in, I can't put my finger on it. Don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to happen for long, though. Daniel Jones is going to play as soon as he gets back. They paying the money to play, so I think.
As a grown up, I totally understand that. And no, I just thought out loud. I didn't say, oh, it's a quarterback controversy, kind of like how they're saying in Chicago with your main man in Chicago, right? No, and that game was on the tilt. No,
it wasn't. I don't think it's a controversy there either. I don't.
Oh, but he played better than Fields.
He played against another team too, so it's it's also, you're not like you're playing the same team every week, right? So everything changes every week. But that said,
they get film on you.
Tyrod Taylor, not doing too much, keeps the defense honest, keeps the offense on time. He's willing to run for a yard here and there to make it 2nd and 8 rather than 3rd and 2nd and 10, which keeps you on schedule. It helps a lot when you can do that. That's it. They're both teams aren't right. 14 points, you're supposed to win a game. I don't know exactly what's going on in Washington. And sometimes new coaches, new owners, who knows the stuff that's going on in the building. Jonathan Allen is not happy, and he shouldn't be. Because you play hard, and when things don't pan out, it's like,
Jonathan Allen was mad at the game. He had that do-rag on.
You should be. I mean, why not? Like I said, you work too hard during the week to not show up. So
yes.
And I didn't watch it because I knew that was one of my go outside, do anything games. I wasn't going to watch that game. So so with that being said, I'll defer to you because I wasn't.
No, I didn't go outside, but usually as a Giant fan, I actually put this on the red zone. I did not watch this single-handedly. I just watched watched it during the red zone, and then of course did my my research, on the YouTube side. Yeah, and the Giants, they won, but and I'm happy that they won, but it still doesn't cover up some of the stuff that's going on with them. When Barkley is healthy, and speaking of Giant fans, Mr. D-Dub has arrived. But when Barkley is healthy, bro, he was 21 of 77 yesterday. He was running. He whipped up a couple. As long as it was 18.
He's a good running back.
It's just a matter of him staying and being healthy.
You got to have, it's hard, man. Your quarterback got to bail you out. Your offensive line has to block. You can't do it all by yourself. But I would have did like your brother said, not play nobody and just see what you can get next year because it's not happening. But if they think that your defense can take you out to the playoffs, then God bless you, Kev. I don't believe that at all. So I don't believe that at all. I don't think that's going to happen at all, man. So I don't. Y'all out of it. It's done. Y'all could
say it again, DA. Say it again.
Yeah, y'all could put this one away. And
what they say? Cancel Christmas? Yeah, cancel it.
See what else y'all get for next year's draft. But I wouldn't pay no money. I wouldn't. Why? But if they got you gassed and got dudes to go, oh, you guys will make the playoffs with just your defense, then go ahead and try. I just don't think that
Giant fans, stop. If you're happy about what happened yesterday, okay.
No, D, I'm not. I mean, I don't know if you heard me when I said that.
I got
I
a
said
bridge.
I
I can
literally
sell
watched
you.
this game. I watched this game on the red zone. I did not watch this game, and I did my little research afterwards on the highlights. But I wasn't impressed. The Giants, and how the Giants the game ended weirdly with the
Mhm.
whole. I was like, it was just weird. It's
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
I
I have to agree.
I don't know what to take away from it.
next year. That's what you take away next year.
Next year, yeah.
Let me read this. The Commanders return to FedEx Field for the second game of the season against the Eagles. The Giants play the Jets in the game for the bragging rights of New York and MetLife Stadium. So that's on tap for both teams. And
Ooh. Boy,
you say woo, like why, D? Because
I'm gonna be doing something. Lowe's, Target,
Home Depot,
Home Depot.
yeah.
And I'm not. It doesn't matter.
Best Buy.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the Jets too because they got a good defense as well, and some good players, man. But and I don't think that their quarterback is that bad. I just don't think that what happened with them against Philadelphia is not going to happen again. Philadelphia played a bad game, and the Jets played a good game, and they won that game. But I think everything is probably righted itself, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
right. Okay, I got you. Appreciate that. Well, we'll move right along. Dan's Pittsburgh Steelers traveled about 2,500 miles to the west to face the LA Rams at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, right outside of LA. The Steelers get the victory 24-17. According to the AP here, both the Steelers and the Rams knew their tight game. Their tight game was a society decided by one questionable fourth down spot at the 2-minute warning. That didn't make LA any happy about the officials' decisions, and Pittsburgh wasn't about to apologize for earning a big break, if you saw it, and its impressive comeback victory. Jalen Warren and Najee Harris rushed for touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and the Steelers awoke from a quiet offensive day just in time to grab a 24-7 victory over the Rams. Then he had the audacity to text me and D-Dub. I said, Dan, your team was sleepwalking.
No, Kev. No. They did what their name says, Steelers. They stole that one.
Hey, get it how you live. However you get it,
They
you
stole
gotta
it.
get Yeah.
They stole it because they know good and well that was not a first down. If you didn't see it, Pickett.
They pay those refs.
They tried to do that old Philly tush push, whatever that's called.
Philly push.
And it didn't work for them. But the zebra said it's good.
Yep, he said.
They said first down.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
I said,
I was like, wow.
Right.
It wasn't no wow for me. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. We've been watching the DA. We got to get out the lows. So let's do something.
Yeah,
Let's go.
this goes back. This is why.
Oh, y'all so anti-sports for a sports show. Y'all always want to go out.
No,
Nah,
this is
saying, no, it was a bad
this is
call.
where they
But
say, hey, man, this shit is rigged. This is why. This is exactly why. Every time every Sunday, every set, all
Danny Davis WWF.
this is rigged. I mean, that was just a bad calls. And again,
there was a bunch of bad calls.
Where's the NFL when it comes down to officials? The making the bad call. I mean, these are bad calls. But there's a lot of bad calls. I know y'all did the Indianapolis and Browns game, which game I actually watched from beginning to end. And
nobody is
bad calls. Bad calls.
No one is saying. No one is
nobody's saying nothing.
NFL is the law and order.
On everything else.
They get it all wrong. So I would rather not even talk about this topic in first down. Let's keep
first down. Keep it moving. Yeah. Okay. Keep moving chains, Kev. Go ahead.
Move the chains.
Move chains. Because that's what the Steelers did. They did not move the chains. They stole the chains. But stolen chains.
Hey man, you're gonna take the cookies from the cookie jar till somebody say don't take them cookies. So
let me just give you some stats here from the numbers.
Give the people some stats. Go ahead.
The Rams, they was 354 yards total offense. Stafford was 14-29, 239 yards passing, 1 TD, 1 interception. Pickett was 17-25, 230 yards passing. Najee Harris, 14-53 carries, 1 TD. James Warren, he was 6-32. He had that touch that also had a touchdown, man. But Yeah, we will not rile the DA up about NFL officiating. I think we have beaten this drum enough. I don't understand. I mean, maybe we need to get somebody from officiating. Why we can't?
A lot of money. They get paid a lot of money, Kevin. So if it's happening, then that means that someone's allowing it to happen.
So let me ask you this: are they still part time, or now they in there full time? Because if you're getting paid full time money, you should.
I don't even think it matters. I'm sorry to cut you off. It doesn't even matter because of the fact that they got. Come on, man! You got cameras in the pylon. You got cameras here. Somebody there's a lead official, and there's somebody that should be saying like that. Well, I think there's somebody that hits the button
in New York
and says, "Hey,
somebody in Park Avenue. Yep.
Hey, y'all gotta get that right. That's not right.
It don't matter as long as the money right. So that's all.
Well,
evidently, there's something else moving the decision making. Right?
And moving the chains.
Because it's not right or wrong.
There's something else moving the chains. Yes,
it's not right or wrong. It's something else. There's something else that goes in making those decisions.
Because there's no way in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
no way in the world.
This really, come on, stop.
As that meme says, ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no
been
way.
Going on a long time. I mean,
this is ridiculous.
From Dez to now, it's just gotten worse. But
football move. Remember that? I was like, what? I mean, that's a whole nother show. No, that's a whole nother.
Because they don't want to have the guys that are getting paid money to sit on the air. That's supposed to be ex-officials. Actually, come out and tell the guys that are actually still playing that they made a mistake.
Well, you don't want to hurt their feelings.
I don't care about your feelings.
I'm shocked that you was very nice about saying that. I actually did that on purpose.
Nope. Let's go. Let's go next game. Right?
Try to set the DA up. Hey, mom, dad, he's trying to set him up.
I'm trying to set him up. I'm holding my own right now. I'm holding on.
You should applaud him right now. Yeah. Applaud him. He's doing very well.
Next game.
Go ahead, Kev.
Next game. Speaking of officiating, this one too, man. Oh man, the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles wearing they throwback Kelly Green uniforms. They defeated the Miami Dolphins 31-17. Jalen Hurts. Let me just read this. Jalen Hurts needed a brace on his left leg in the second half. And then shook off whatever ailed him to stand tall in the pocket and lead a go-ahead scoring drive before he hobbled off the field after yet another Eagles win. EAGLES Eagles. Jalen Hurts was 23 of 31, 279 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. The Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, he was 23 of 32, 1 TD, 1 interception, 1 bad interception. He got he threw a ball. He got a nice over the shoulder grab for Tyreek Hill for a touchdown. But the Eagles came out victorious. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make some people mad down here. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I said, though they're 5-2. And DA, me and talked about this. I know they played the schedule, but who have they beat? Who have the Dolphins beat?
Well, they beat 5 teams.
They beat 5 teams. Yeah, but they have lost to the Bills and the Eagles.
Well, the Bills are a game, so listen. I'm just saying that sometimes I think the Bills beat them because, and I'm not saying that I'm not a Dolphins fan. I'm just saying they're in the same division, so they know them. I think the Eagles are a better team. There's levels to this. That's better offensive line, better defensive line. The interception that Tua threw was because somebody was coming right up the middle on him, and he let it go too early. It probably shouldn't have thrown it anywhere, but there's a few things that went wrong with that play that the Dolphins did, right?
Okay.
So he shouldn't have had Waddle and the other guy like 2 feet from each other. Like that makes no sense. So had Waddle went to the middle, then Slade probably would have followed him, and then guy would have been open, or at least it wouldn't have been an interception. But that said, all that being said, they got to get better. They are newer to being a good team, right? We they had big questions coming into this year, regarding Tua Tagovailoa, and it's like if he's going to be healthy, they'd be good. And he's been healthy, and they've been good. So
yes, sir.
They're not the best team in the AFC, but we don't know what that even is right now. We don't even know what that looks like today. But I still would give them a 50-50 chance in the big game against Kansas City if they're playing in the neutral site. So, because I don't think Kansas City's defense is that good. So, but we would wait and see what happens. But Philadelphia is a better team, and they should have won that game because they're a better team. But I'm not going to get on Tua. I don't think he played a bad game. I mean, they both played about the same game. One
same stats.
32, yeah, and
it's about the same.
Both one interception apiece. They, same.
Yeah. I think it was Philadelphia took it over in the second half. I mean, it scored 14 points in the second half. So compared to 7 from the Miami, but kudos to Miami's defense. I mean, they stayed around, kept them in the game. First half, you know what I'm saying? So Miami is 5-2, but if they clean up some things, take care of some things, they might come out the AFC East. So
I think their safety didn't play and Jalen Ramsey wasn't there.
Yeah,
so
they was a little banged up.
They was banged up.
Yeah, they was banged up. So,
but I can see what you're saying though. I can see what you're saying, Kev. Though but there's still what was it? 7 games so far? What we
5-2? Still got 10, right?
We got a lot of games to play. So we'll see who they meet up against down the stretch.
Yeah, definitely. One of the other things I want to talk about just briefly, like me and D was talking about quarterback controversies and not controversies, but my man in Chicago, what's his name? He and I was messing with DA about.
I didn't even know because I don't know. He was the Division II Heisman Trophy winner, so he's the best quarterback in D2 last year.
Yes,
which means he can play. He just all that means is that he didn't get recruited out of high school the same way as some other guys did, but evidently he can play because he's playing.
Tyson Bagnet, he's 21 or 29. He had no turnovers and he had a 97.2 passer rating with his 30-12 win over the Raiders. The Raiders not a very good team this year. Also,
absolutely not. Jimmy G, that
whole player. Jimmy,
he's still hurt. He's still hurt.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So 12 points. There you go. There you have it. And who was this guy? Tyson Bagent?
Tyson Bagent. Yeah, that's what D was alluding to. He's a Division II guy, and he was 21 or 29, 97.2 passer rating, 23 years old, and he replaced Justin Fields. Fields was replaced because of, I believe he was not playing well. So no, was he hurt? I'm not sure how he got into the game. D, you're muted, sir. You're muted.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. My wife asked me something. The boss had a question.
Oh,
go ahead.
We was asking you, Justin Fields. How did he?
He'll be back. He was
hurt.
Did
he get hurt?
He was hurt, right? Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah,
he's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah.
And his last 2 games, he played well. So Justin Fields' last 2 games, I think he's been his last 2 games of his career. So he's been playing pretty good. They have the game that they beat Washington on TV. And then they won last week. So so he's been playing well.
He had a thumb injury. That's what happened, Kev. So they got him listed as doubtful for right now. So
that game was not on our docket here. But
I don't know how this slid in here. But I don't know why we're talking about Chicago and the Raiders. Harris Teeter. Yeah, you should have won.
But the reality is, like we said earlier in the year, like if the coaches try not to make Justin Fields into, Aaron Rodgers and let him do what he does, which is run the ball some, then he'd be fine. You just can't do it. He can't do it all. He didn't do that in college. So like him and Stroud are 2 different dudes. Like Fields ran the ball at Ohio State. Stroud never ran the ball in Ohio State.
Right.
Like one's a more pure passer and one's so they're not, I'm not trying to be funny, man, but folks, we can't stereotype every black quarterback that they're going to be Jackson or Michael Vick, man. Some dudes can and some dudes cannot. And, Cam Newton was a specimen that even Richardson is not as big as that cat is. Yeah. So, you go out there at the Colts and get that man killed if you want. But Cam Newton is a big, big, big dude.
Yeah. I mean, 6'5". They don't make 6'5", 275 quarterbacks.
Yeah, it was Cam and Dante Culpepper, period.
Yeah.
So, that's
shout out to my main man Cam. Did some charity work with Cam one time before.
So, yeah, that's all.
That's all, man. Hey, before we get out of here, as we got we talked about our games this week, I want to share something that we've been doing. We finally got it together. Hey, the Sports Chasers, every last one of us, we are participating in a pick'em pool together to see who's the best. And I'm going to share my screen here, and voila, look who's the best. The DA. He has 67 points. Followed by the Angry One, who has 66. Yours truly, 64. I'm tied with D-Dub, 64. Dan with 61. And Mike Mills with 59 points.
Yeah, bro. I had a rough week. This week, this past Sunday was terrible. It's awful.
Hey, but real quick before we go, we got to give a shout out to the Ravens because they kicked Detroit's arse, as that's the way the guys say it on TV now, right?
They did. They
gave them that work, and it's funny because I don't know if anybody anticipated that, but
no, I picked the Lions actually to win. I thought the Ravens would have had some letdown.
Yeah, but see, your schedule till it's the schedule, right? Yep. So you get there, you thinking one thing, and everybody plans. Everybody's getting paid. Now, whether we believe they're getting paid the amounts we think they should get paid or not, all these coaches
that's another story.
They're getting their dollars.
Yeah, that's another story.
And they game plan, and sometimes because it looked like high school against Pee Wee ball yesterday. And
I don't know what happened to Detroit or where
from beginning to end, bro.
Oh yeah.
They was in Baltimore, so there's nowhere to party really. I mean, that's not like a
party city. That defense,
party city.
That defense was all over them yesterday.
But
you're about to get some Baltimore people on y'all.
This October letdown for Detroit. I mean, the expectations is getting higher a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of shocking. I thought it was going to be a little bit more competitive than. We'll just say that we thought it was going to be more competitive than that.
The good thing, D, is that it is still the NFC North, and there is no one else there. So, with that being said, it's
5-2.
That's enough to win the Super Bowl because Jordan Love is, they still have to figure that out. And we'll see what Kirk Cousins does, and Chicago is Chicago. So, I think Detroit doesn't have to look over their shoulders for sure.
No, I think Detroit should win this division, their division. Let me read this stat to you. Baltimore reached the end zone 4 times before Detroit even managed a first down Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bad day. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. Hey, man, you got to burn the tape. Oh my God.
So,
what happened?
Texas just went deep already. It's 1-0. Took Javier deep. Corey Seager.
Yeah, Corey Seager's not playing, baby.
Yeah, Corey Seager. It's game 7.
Corey Seager's not playing.
Wait a minute. Did you say Texas or? Oh yeah,
Texas. Texas just went up.
That's right. Arizona should have beat Philadelphia, so that game should go to game 7.
Yeah. So World Series should be next week.
Monday, Tuesday.
Weekend, 2 weeks.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday starts off, man. Hey, before I get out here, let me just a couple of noteworthy things that's coming up for us, man. Hey, Thursday, man, we got a dope episode coming up. We got a real dope episode. We have Mr. Joel Cohen, and if you don't know him, he co-authored a book with Dan Patrick, The Annals of Football, that just came out this past couple of months ago. And Joel will join us. That's right. You heard it right. He will join us to talk about his book. Joel has done, he's also writes for The Simpsons, and he writes for, what else, D-Dub, did I see? Can't think of it right now. But
he did a couple other things.
Joel's done some phenomenal things, and he's going to come on and talk to us about the book he co-wrote with Dan Patrick on this Thursday. So you don't want to miss that episode. We start at 7:30 promptly, as we always do. Unless life gets out of the way, but I don't foresee that. But hey, join us 7:30 for that. We should have a fun-filled show. And he's also a comedian too, man. So with us and him, I don't know what to expect. So it should be very delightful, to say the least. Don't forget to also we'll talk about, so after Joe, we'll talk about some hockey. Dan will have some hockey, and we'll talk about the baseball league champion series in the National and the American League. And we'll talk about the upcoming college football weekend. Don't forget to join us on the Gridiron rundown that we have on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock as we talk college football. And college football is getting good. So I don't have anything else. Guys, before I get out of here, guys, any parting shots real quick? D-Dub is good.
Nah, we good, man. Join us again on Thursday, and we'll, do it again.
Yep.
Sure.
Again, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you on the podcast and the sound of my voice. Make sure you also follow us and give us that 5-star review. Please give us that 5-star review. And Daryl, do what? Love us,
like us, hate us, whatever.
He's still saying it.
Tell us what we do good or what we do bad.
Do not have
we'll
to
take
hate
it
us.
all.
That's just,
we'll take it all. Bring it all. Bring it all.
Do not have to hate us, man. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O. Warren, your host and moderator for the DA, for D-Dub, for Mike Mills in his absence, Dan, our hockey dude, in his absence, and James, the angry one, in his absence. This is a Sports Chasers podcast. Check us out on Thursday, 7:30, man, as we talk with Joe Cohen. Go ahead. You had one other thing before you was about to go?
Oh, no. Oh. Just saying one.
Oh, just saying one. Okay.
We good.
Hey, we good. Hey, Sports Chasers podcast. Enjoy your Monday. Have a great week. We'll see you guys Thursday, man. Peace.
Good night, all.